This is the Dzogchen Sunday Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. It is General Leia Organa Saturday evening. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi. After chanting the meditation classics, Pure Golden Ore, and the Cuckoo Song of Pure Presence. Both of these written many centuries ago by the great Buddhist reformer Garab Dorje of the Swat Valley. Please chant with me. The luminous mind of Ati Yoga is noticing and relaxing, is inexpressible beyond conceptualization. As the light of the teacher treasures noticing and relaxing or extolled by all. As the heart of experience Mahasandhi is not noticing and relaxing or like gentle prince. The archetype of insight and letting go, also known as Manjushri, resting in spontaneous pleasure of the effortless great completion of Dzogchen's noticing and relaxing. As the basis of all disciplines such as moral conduct, the luminous mind of Hatha Yoga's noticing and relaxing generates the loving kindness that is morality's essence and provides release in its every mode. Hatha Yoga's noticing and relaxing are like our Buddha's mother and our universal path. Without noticing and relaxing, enlightenment could not manifest. We in all are seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, smelling, emoting, intending, thinking, recalling, and imagining, all themselves a way of supreme liberation. Subtle and elusive, this universal path of Hatha Yoga's noticing and relaxing transcends the duality of thinking and non-thinking, without location or reference and determinant. Hatha Yoga's noticing and relaxing are beyond all conceptualization. Unutterable Hatha Yoga's noticing and relaxing seem to have no color or shape. Intangible and inscrutable in all sensory field. Hatha Yoga's noticing and relaxing or inexpressible. However, whoever follows that path of the ancient ascetics becomes sick from attachment to that contrivance of focusing. One moment. Let's take it from the top. However, whoever follows the path of the ancient ascetics becomes sick from attachment to that contrivance of active focusing. The literal interpretation of the teacher's instructions is experienced as an arduous quest. As they chase a stream of beliefs and concepts, as if pursuing a mirage. For this complete modality of Hatha Yoga's noticing and relaxing cannot be indicated by mere words. And any rigid, fearful, or elitist grasping at so-called true doctrine makes a travesty of Dorje Sempa, the archetype of Hatha Yoga's practice of simply noticing and relaxing. Purity and impurity as one inseparably mixed. The pristine awareness of Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing, as well as bewilderment or indivisible. One moment, if you please. The pristine awareness of Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing, as well as bewilderment or indivisible. This lamp of unimpeded clarity, free of conceptualization, along with obstinate befuddlement, in and of themselves each feed powerful meditation. This eye of direct insight, seeing directly, sees merely an empty nothing. Yet it is called the Buddha eye of omniscience. So, direct, we're going to hit Ariel, and we're going to hit this bad boy and outline it and change the highlights. Let's see. Home, fonts, mode, color. Oh, coordination, don't fail me now. This eye of direct insight, seeing directly, sees merely an empty nothing. Yet it is called the Buddha eye of omniscience. So know the empty nature of vastness without center or boundary. For here lies undiscriminating, powerful non-duality. Whoopsie. The luminous mind of Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing, as well as her habits are one inseparably mixed. Home, Ariel, home, whoopsie, fonts, mode, color, as well as our habits are one inseparably mixed. All manifested experiences are merely generated by mind, and shine is adornment neither accepted nor rejected. So simply let it be and enjoy. Even activity that is personally repugnant or culturally taboo, such as the 5 mental poisons of dread, desire, delusion, jealousy, and pride, or the 5 so-called unforgivable crimes of Murdering one's mother, murdering one's father, murdering one who was mastered awareness and letting go. Assaulting one who was also mastered love and letting go of religious divisiveness. Could feed the realization power of powerful non-duality. For on this path of centered spontaneity and purification... What's one moment? One moment. Doing the old switcheroo. Let's hit A, apostrophe S. Let's throw an accent in there for good measure. For on this path of purification, centered spontaneity, nothing is rejected, not even sex. One's intellect. So this is something to explore for a second. So are we saying that we are denizens of Charlie Manson's ranch, that we're going to go on this psychotic killing spree? No. The more we fight our impulses through rigidity, we wind up triggering our amygdala, the seat of anxiety and aggression, which just makes things worse. Here's the irony. When we passively cooperate with our autonomic nervous system, noticing as we breathe in, relaxing as we breathe out, we automatically calm automatically both the anxiety and aggression of our amygdala are calmed, and the empathy of the structure known as our anterior cingulate gyrus is automatically, gently, and non-neurotically stimulated. So by simply noticing and relaxing in harmony with our breathing, the causes of indulging these impulses are calmed. And the cause of us spontaneously performing the opposite of these negative things is effortlessly generated. Isn't that deliciously ironic? Let's continue. One's intellect could be harmfully conditioned by the elitism and rigidity of tradition and literalism, such as the three contrived analogues of samadhi's awareness, bliss, and love. So, what's the contrived analog of awareness? That's concentration. What's spontaneous awareness? It's allowing ourselves to notice vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly as we breathe in. So allowing ourselves to notice whatever sights, sounds, sensations, flavors, scents, and the like, whatever emotions, intentions, thoughts, memories, or imaginings pierce our sphere of awareness, be they external or internal, physical or mental, pleasurable or painful, interesting or boring, glorious or grotesque. From the top of the page. Such as the three contrived analogues of samadhi's awareness, bliss, and love. as well as the dogmatic belief and doctrine, which are the delusions that undermine effortless transmission. Instead of such folly, let us abide in the spontaneous pleasure of the truly free from great completion of Dzogchen's noticing and relaxing. So, let's explore this. Well then, what are we supposed to believe? Nothing. What are we supposed to disbelieve? Nothing. You see, one of the great ironies is that by simply cooperating, passively cooperating with our autonomic nervous system in harmony with our breathing, we automatically master the remaining 6 folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. The more we set aside time to passively cooperate with our autonomic nervous system once every 12 hours or so, the more we cannot help but notice change and ungraspability. The more we cannot help but practice kindness, kindness of intention, communication, conduct, and even commerce. The more we cannot help but practice the effortless effort of going with the flow from a place of love's deeply centered spontaneity. And so on this effortless path, we can master this effortless path, according to the Buddha, in as little as a week. Let's continue. Instead of such folly, let us abide in the spontaneous pleasure of the truly free from great completion of Dzogchen's noticing and relaxing. The core of sublime spontaneous awareness, imperturbable, unchanging, and unelaborated, which is the ambrosia of the timeless consummation of Hatha Yoga, spontaneous awareness and centered ease, that vanquishes the pain of any exertion, thus resting in the here and now. Every ambition is spontaneously fulfilled. So, this is a much misunderstood bit. Some people look at that and say, see, we're supposed to repress thought. Ain't that cute? But it's wrong. This is just a reference to the following observation. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever perturbations we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could fleetingly, subtly feel at least a little bit imperturbable. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever change we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could feel a little bit less stressful, a little bit less permanent, a little bit less defining, a little bit less graspable. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever elaboration we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could fleetingly feel at least a little bit less stressful, less permanent, less defining, and even less tangible. Together. Hey, magnificent one, listen all in everything in experience, which shares the same empty nature of the luminous mind of Hatha Yoga's noticing and relaxing, is like an all-inclusive essential drop incapable of being controlled by the dualities of contemplation or concentration, expansion or contraction, generation or cessation, and contrived it is simply being. So here's a really cool thing. Contemplation is the fruit of our Let me think for a second. Our dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, and concentration is the fruit of our medial prefrontal cortex. If we overdo it, it stimulates our amygdala, the seat of anxiety and aggression. Expansion and contraction remind us of Tokal, our Maha Yoga, or generation stage, which are in our contrivances, analogs of the highest love, which is spontaneous and uncontrived. This expansion and contraction are synonymous with generation or cessation. Same thing. And so instead of mucking about with this greasy kid stuff, we're going to simply be. Let's continue. This inconceivable essence of Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing, chronologically always present like the sky, locationally everywhere present like space transcends ideas and speech. The profundity of passively noticing and relaxing is so productive in terms of maintaining our mental health that it is indescribable. One could wax eloquent about the taste of a strawberry, or one could simply hand another a strawberry to smell and taste. Similarly, we need not believe anything. We need not study anything. All we need to do is sit and breathe and notice and relax. Let's wrap this all up with the 6 Vajra verses known as the Cuckoo Song of Pure Presence. The nature of multiplicity is non-dual, and things are naturally pure and simple. Being contrivance-free in the here and now, shining out in all forms, it is always all good. Thus already complete exertion is now redundant, and love-centered spontaneity ever natural. Having completed our opening recitation, let us shift gears. As we sit comfortably and sustainably, we could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to coalesce at our crown. To do that, we're going to make subtle adjustments to our fingers and our breath. Let us use the tip of our left index finger to support the lower knuckle of our right index finger, palms up in our lap. So we do not control the length or brevity or superficiality or depth of our breathing. But when we feel our breath enter our nostril, silently and mentally, we could recite the verb noticing. Similarly, when we passively notice, breath leaving or exhalation. This is not rigid concentration. It's just passively noticing breath leaving our nostrils. We could silently and mentally recite the verb relaxing. Meditation is as easy as that, for we already are the 3-pound supercomputer of our central nervous system already notices and relaxes. Then why do we silently and mentally recite these verbs? To help us to take a break from the exhausting habit of resisting these processes. Because, as they told us on Star Trek, resistance is futile. In addition to playing with our index fingers, we could touch the left tip of our left thumb to the lower set of creases on our left little finger in an effort to keep track of our first set of 12 inhalations, which we shall track on our right hand. Every time we silently and mentally recite the verb noticing during our inhalation, we could advance the tip of our right thumb across the sets of creases found on the underside of our 4 fingers. So together, let us do this right now. Having come to the last set of creases on my 4th finger, my index finger, I can now return my attention to my left thumb on my left hand and advance it to the next set of creases on this little finger. And so we see now how it's possible to count 12 sets of 12 inhalations each as our left index finger supports our right, palms up, in our lap. Now, if this is your first time sitting with me, please give yourself permission to have a learning curve. That which seems difficult at first becomes easy when practiced once every 12 hours for 7 consecutive days. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist philosophy or meditation, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window, for I tend to check for questions about every 6 minutes or so. One of the most efficient ways for us to gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to coalesce within our chest is for us to switch from our index finger to our middle finger, and to use the tip of this left middle finger to support the lower knuckle of our right middle finger, palms up in our lap, thus keeping track of our middle finger's first collection of 12 sets of 12 inhalations each. As we feel our chest swell with air, silently and mentally we could recite the verb noticing. As we feel our chest subtly sink as gently we exhale, we could silently and mentally recite the verb relaxing. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. For Meditate Like a Jedi is made possible thanks to the generosity of viewers just like you. In approximately 11 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's Dusk, Recitation, Explanation, and Practice of Meditating Like a Jedi. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.